how a young boy's relationship with his mother sets his emotional compass for the rest of his life as it pertains to his relationships with women. And when young boys are emotionally codependent on their mothers, and that relationship dynamic is not intact and there's no masculinity present, he develops and by default operates with the emotional compass of a woman. So where that goes into the grace of men, the grace of men is most often you see young boys that play sports, they in the NFL or whatever. First thing they do when they score the touchdown, hey mom. When they win the championship, hey mom. First thing they say is, and this is the grace of men, once I sign my deal and get my check, the first thing they're going to do is buy their mother a house. Okay. You don't never hear them say, I'm about to buy my dad a house. So the grace of men shows up in the simple fact that any young son that loves his mother, anytime he achieves any type of success, if she was a woman of integrity, by default, he's going to cover his mother. And that's the definition and the epitome of the grace of men. You see what I'm saying? Another thing, men and young boys tend to cover their mother's infidelities when they come up in a single parent home. They've watched their mothers behave promiscuously in front of them. Some of them have watched multiple men in and out of their house. Sometimes it was maybe just even one or two. However, regardless to whatever is going on and whatever that young boy sees, that's going to set his emotional compass of how he sees and how he views women. So what happens is, like I was describing with Jody in the movie Baby Boy, like Melvin had to check Jody and help him understand, like, nah, man, the way you behaving like your mother is your woman, and your mother ain't your woman. That's my woman. You her son. But Jody for years harbored resentment because he felt like his mother kicking his brother out is the reason why his brother got killed. Now, he would have never said that to his mom unless Melvin applied that pressure, put him in a chokehold. He was crying in the living room, and he said, "You gonna kick me out just like you did my brother, and then I'm gonna end up dead," which is, in that movie, it was genius because they're showing you the emotional instability. They're showing you manipulation. He tried to gaslight her and all of these types of things, which lets you know where did he develop that behavior from. If he was primarily raised by his mother, right, this is where he developed those characteristics and those qualities. And that's where that narcissism, gaslighting, emotional manipulation. I don't really know too many men that emotionally manipulate women. What I see is men speak very fluently and men speak very direct, especially a masculine man. And then what would appear to be, or what they can only title as manipulation or control as a woman, is really just discipline and sound wisdom.
All right, folks. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end. This has been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm, because that's where life actually happens.